Thank you. It talks to me. Hey, welcome. Now back to PC Pie 2.0. You are on air with your host, Angelique, Boss Lady Everett. I've got a special guest and an amazing friend, Mr. Adrian Esposito. I hope I said that right.
You did. Hello.
Good. I'm trying to learn how to say your last name, so.
Yeah, it can be difficult.
He is a filmmaker. I was trying to put a little pizzazz in your intro, but I didn't have no pizzazz to it, so.
Well,
Hey,
thank you.
Adrian. It's been a while, so glad to have you.
Yeah, it's glad I'm glad to be back on your show, Angelica.
You're very welcome. And this time, you're on the podcast, so I'm very happy.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So, tell me about yourself.
Well, I just a few years ago I just finished my new film, Special Needs Revolt, and it's since then it's been released right here.
Ooh.
Film Special Needs Revolt. And it's uh it's my new film that I co-wrote and I directed it. It's my second feature film that I co-directed. Well, actually not co-directed. I this time I did direct it, and the last film, Clowns in the Film, I co-directed it and I also starred in it. But this one I have kind of a small part, and my character gets killed off in
Uh-oh.
the film. You know, I got the idea from Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs, where his character gets killed off early in the film. But it's basically the movie is about a guy with Down syndrome, and he wakes up after a 3-year coma and discovers the country has been put into this like dictatorship, and all people with disabilities have been put back in institutions thanks to the villain of the film, President Kruger. So he joins this like resistance, rebel group, and it's up to him at towards the middle part or towards the end of the film to overthrow President Kruger, end his reign of terror, and basically save the day. I said it came out a few years ago. What I meant to say, it came out last year in at the Amazing Fantasy Fest Film Festival, and it got an award. And then I just got back from another film festival called the Shawnee Film Festival in Worcester, Massachusetts, and it was shown there, and it did get an award there too. The Shawnee Spirit Award at this film festival in Worcester, Massachusetts, the Shawnee Film Festival. So it's also, if people want to see it, it's also on Amazon Prime to rent and buy. And pretty soon it will be on Tubi TV. It just got licensed a few months ago on Tubi, but it's not live on there yet, but it will be.
Well, I can't wait for that because I'm actually on Tubi, so I'm excited about watching it.
Yeah.
So I will tell you, I will let all of you know when it streams on Tubi.
Yeah, my film Clowns in the Woods is on Tubi. My last film, it's on Tubi TV. It's on YouTube to watch for free with ads. And it's also on Amazon to purchase and rent. And it's also on DVD. My film right here, the new one I did, Special Needs Revolt, is also on DVD to purchase on eBay from my own Espo Cinema account. And it's also on my website, espocinema.com, if you want to buy a physical media copy if you have a Blu-ray player. And
Okay.
and it's also going to be pretty soon on Blu-ray, I think in October through a distributor we have called uh, Refuse Films from the United Kingdom, the UK. But I failed to mention, I forgot to mention that Special Needs Revolt is also streaming app called, which is free for the first month and $4.99 a month to see all the different trauma movies and my movie too, Special Revolt.
Ooh, hey, what is going on with this? I'm listening. I'm sorry. It said something about my internet was unstable, but I'm listening. And but like I said, I'm definitely gonna have to check out your first film, which is Clowns in the Woods.
Yeah, I think you'd like that, but I think you also like, Special Needs Revolt a lot more. But it may not be everyone's cup of tea. I know parents probably wouldn't, some parents wouldn't like it because of how edgy and dark and inappropriate the humor is and the bad language, and the violence. But I think people with disabilities who like those action comedy type of edgy films will like it. And its Special Needs Revolt also has a very good message in it to stand up for people with disabilities.
And it's a good thing you mentioned that because we are actually in Disability Month. July is actually Disability Pride Month, so
Well, that's great. It's perfect. I think this would be perfect for Disability Pride Month.
yes, it would. Duh. Right. Well, before I get into why did you choose, I'm just gonna ask you. So, what do you get to do in your in your trip? Like, was it really nice? Was it? It sounded interesting.
My trip to Worcester, Massachusetts, I basically went and like I said, my movie was shown there, Special Needs Revolt. And like I said, my movie won on Saturday. It won the Shauna Shea Spirit Award right here.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And I saw different films. I made new friends at this film festival. There's another film I saw which was animated for more adults and teenagers called Autistic Mode, and the filmmaker who made this animated feature film is on the autism spectrum. And I hope we became good friends, and I hope it continues.
I
But
agree with
yeah,
that.
it was fun.
Well, that's good. And I say congratulations again. 'Cause that's a huge honor.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So now I go into why did you choose to be a filmmaker?
Well, I think I chose to be a filmmaker because I thought the different films I was seeing, like the original Dawn of the Dead, um, the original Planet of the Apes movies, and stuff like that. I thought, wow, this is really cool, especially Night of the Living Dead. This is something I want to do now. I think it'd be awesome if I could learn how to be a filmmaker. So when I was young, when before the internet was a big thing, I used to go to the library and get all these books on special effects and makeup effects, and it was so cool. And I was like, I want to do this when I grow up. And look at me now. I'm making movies with all this cool stuff.
You got
It's
that right.
available.
Uh, oh, and then I got a second part to this one. How many films have you directed?
Um, well, I directed mostly documentaries. I'll list those off first. I directed um Aging Trees of Knowledge was my first documentary. Aging Trees of Knowledge 2, Commandant Sankofa, Servant Leader was my third documentary was We Can Shine from Institutions to Independence. Um, my fourth was Liberation Unit. My fifth was um, Inner Healing Journey with Native Trees of Knowledge. That was my fifth one. My sixth documentary was um, Diffability Hollywood. Seventh documentary was Greetings from Tromaville. Eighth documentary I co-directed was Reed Unbound, the Joe M. Reed story. He's a filmmaker who's deceased now. Did pretty shockingly schlocky films. And my eighth one documentary I've directed, co-directed, I should say, is um Nickel City, Tinseltown, the history of Buffalo, New York filmmaking. So that's eight documentaries I've done. And for narrative films, I didn't direct it, but I wrote the script and was a part of it was Bury My Wife, Tonawanda. And the first film I co-directed was Clowns in the Woods. And the third, this time I directed all on my own as a director, was Special Needs Revolt.
Uh,
So that's three narrative films and eight documentaries.
Whoa, that's a lot of documentaries. All right.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So, how did you direct the new film?
How did I direct my films?
Yeah, how did you direct your film? Yes.
Um, it's kind of a hard question, but I'll try my best to answer it.
Okay.
The first one is, let's just say it was a learning experience, how I wanted my actors to be directed, what I wanted for the scene. The second Special Needs Revolt, it was a little more difficult because it was like a bigger production, and I did my best to I did my best to coordinate and to communicate what I wanted to happen in the scenes for the film. There was some difficulty. There were some very difficult days because there was a crew member who was trying to take over Special Needs Revolt, and he was acting like he was the director and
Uh,
wanted basically telling everyone what he wanted to do and stuff, which wasn't appropriate or wasn't right thing to happen. This crew member. So that was a really bad memory, and from what I had experienced directing my second narrative film, feature
that,
film.
that ain't good.
No, it isn't. So I think that's what answers your question. I think would answer your question. It's a learning experience on how to be a director and be in charge and take over and be what you want for your vision.
I agree about that. That's just like being a writer. You have to
Right,
learn. So you being a director and me being a writer. This
right. Or
learning
actor or
process.
actress, yeah.
Yeah. But you kind of already told me about the film. But what is this new film about? And why the name?
Um, I I think, like I said, the new film is basically an action comedy about a young man played by Nolan Pierce, who was previously in Clowns in the Woods, who has Down syndrome, who wakes up after an accident as home from a year coma, and he discovers the country has, like I said before, been basically put into a dictatorship because of the villain of the film, President Kruger, who has put all people with disabilities back in institutions. And it's basically up to Billy Bates, Nolan Pierce's character, who has Down syndrome, to end Kruger's reign of terror and save the day, basically.
Well, that's good. And why the name? It's very unique.
Oh, the name Special Needs Revolt. Well, I got the name Special Needs from this movie that Trauma distributed with an actor I met after I saw on Facebook, called Special Needs. That was actually a Trauma film that I saw, and I met one of the actors in the film, Killer P, played by Keith Jones, who would later Special Needs Revolt as the character Will, who has cerebral palsy, as he does in real life. And Revolt, Special Needs Revolt, is I got the name Revolt as it's people with disabilities and other oppressed peoples revolting against the corruption and evil villain Kruger and his government. So that's where the name came from. And also to revolt against how people with disabilities are treated, not just in America, but all over the world.
Agree about that. Go up. And we already talked about your award already, so I don't have to even ask this question.
Yeah,
But like I said, congratulations anyway. So I don't even have to ask that question. So
right,
all right. Well, since we're talking about awards and everything and learning experience and stuff like that, I got a good inspirational quote that I know you might like. So the most important thing is to enjoy your life, to be happy is all that matters. By Steve Jobs.
right,
I knew you might like that one, so
right. It's good. Yeah, enjoy life because you never know when you before you know it, you're not there anymore.
you got that right.
Yeah,
Now I got self-care corner, but I'm gonna bring that one back in the next episode. So watch out for that, y'all. I got hot topic corner. I don't have no hot topics yet, but it'll be coming soon. Unless my guest has some hot topics you want to talk about, then we can talk about it. But I don't have nothing right now. This is actually a new corner coming soon. I have been talking about it. Spilling the tea with Lady E. That one will be coming soon. I have a spotlight, and this is actually a new group that I'm about to start either in August or September. News of Advocacy Group, starting either August or September, and it's going to be based on healthcare. All these cuts going on. They got these. I'm not going to mention who because you probably already know. But we got Medicaid getting cut, Medicare getting cut, like everything getting cut. I'm telling you. I got Recipe Corner coming soon. Next episode. I got Health Inbox. I'm gonna be bringing that one back in the next episode. But by the way, because I do have some good news for y'all. This month will be this month will be a whole year that I've been fasting. So this month will be a year that I fasted. Now, before I get into talking about social media, I have to ask my guests where can we find you? So where can we find you?
Well, you can find me on Facebook. You can also find me on Instagram. Um, I'm also on the new Blue Sky
Oh,
social media page, and also you can find my movies on YouTube. Uh, my some of my documentaries are on YouTube. Some, well, all of them are on YouTube. So, and also some of them are on Tubi TV and also Amazon Prime.
well, I definitely will be checking that out. And I'm already following you on Instagram already, so that's how I knew about the award. Yeah, I saw that on Instagram.
Right.
And it's a good thing I mentioned about social media, because I am all over social media. You can now use Positive Chat Podcast to like me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram at PC underscore pod 2. You can now book to be on air with me. This is my email, which is ngchat0213 at yahoo.com. So now you can book to be on air with me. If you want, you can also DM me as well on Instagram at PC underscore pod 2. Now, I always have a happy vibes only zone on my podcast. And I know this would be a good question for you, Adrian. What do you do in general in a positive way?
What do I do? What?
What do you do in general in a positive way?
Oh, what do I do in a positive way?
Yes.
Um, well, I think what I do to stay positive is to try to say, well, I guess it was just meant to be, and also to try to say, well, I guess it happened for a reason if something goes wrong.
Okay, that's good. And the only reason why I asked that question is because I have another corner. I'm always about positivity. So this
Right.
time I gotta put a spin to it. And I've been asking people, how do you deal with negative people? So Adrian, how do you deal with negative people?
How do I deal with negative people? Well, I've dealt with a lot of negative people on Facebook, basically on social media. And if they keep like harassing me or being mean or keep bothering me and stuff, the simple thing I do is just to block them and to just walk away from my Facebook.
I agree about that, and you're actually directing films that's kind of based on negative as well too. So,
Yeah,
and
there's a lot of yeah, there can be a lot of negativity in the film industry and making movies, but I'm trying my best to learn how to problem solve and to compromise and to just get past it. And sometimes it's very difficult for me to get past the negativity, especially from my past, because I'm on the autism spectrum, and it's very difficult to just get past the negativity in this. And trust me, there's definitely a lot of negativity these days with what's
yeah,
going on in the world and everyday life. and in this country, and but especially what I see on YouTube and on Instagram, the bad videos of real life.
Especially on
So
the news. I'm telling you.
yes, and especially on the news. But I just have to learn to just I try my best actually to say what I want to say. I try my best to, walk away from it and try to do socialize as much as I can with people and be out in the community so I could stay positive and not be stuck at home focusing on the negativity.
I agree about that. I do that myself, so I agree about that. So now I have after vibe. I always have to have an after vibe for the month after. So next month I'll be doing my health and fitness and nutrition episode with a really good friend and amazing staff, by the way, Noelle Smith. So shout out to Noelle, by the way. Smooch with Chanel. That's she got a business going on, lip gloss business for women. So, and Diva reunion episode with Shanita. She was actually my business partner before I was a writer. So, in my fashion business. And I always have an awareness table for every month. So I'm gonna be setting my awareness table again for August. Now I have a drawback zone. In this zone, y'all can either watch older episodes of my show or listen to some drawback episodes of my podcast. So let me know your girl can hook y'all up. Now we're going into the cool zone. Yeah, when I say the cool zone, I mean the cool zone. So I'm be asking my guests, uh, any music do you like to listen to?
Yeah, I like to listen to it varies. Sometimes hard rock, heavy metal, rap
Ooh.
music, stuff 80s music. So it varies in the mood I'm in. I have my own playlists I listen to when I drive my own car to my job or to wherever off my cell phone, iTunes. So it varies my different depending what I'm in the mood for and what I like with music.
Oh, I do like rock and metal, so. And a really good friend of mine that you probably already know, Jim Jowsey. He's a really good singer too, and he actually sings rock and metal music. So
Huh.
besides tropical,
Oh, cool.
you know Jim,
Jim, what's his last name again?
Jowsey, Jowsey.
Oh, James Jago.
Yeah, that's him, James Jowsey. We call him Jim though for sure, but yes.
Yeah, I know James. He scored Greetings from Tromaville and Read Unbound. He scored some of the scenes in there. That's cool. Yeah, yeah, he's on the autism spectrum too. So that's awesome.
I just seen him today. He's my life coach.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Do you listen to any cool podcasts?
Yeah, I listen to Without Your Head sometimes, the podcast Without Your Head when they have cool guests by what's his name? Neil Jones. It's more for horror movie podcasts and stuff.
Mhm. I know you're probably not a big fan of sports, but are you a fan of sports?
Yeah, I like old school pro wrestling. I try to keep up with the new stuff, but not so much. I don't watch the new stuff so much. But I do love the old school wrestling from the WWF Attitude Era and WCW and stuff.
Ooh. Well, that's good to know. I am actually a big fan of wrestling. So I can't lie about that. So, but I'm trying to not watch wrestling that much. So
Right,
yes, trying to watch some other stuff besides wrestling.
right. Yeah, makes sense.
But we are big wrestling fans in our house. So
Cool, yeah.
yes. Any good books you like to read?
Yeah, I started reading George Orwell's 1984. Um, I haven't finished it yet, but I did finish reading his book Animal Farm, which was good.
Well, that's good. That seems interesting. I'm going to check that out.
Yeah.
This has been another episode of Positive Chat Podcast. Thanks, Adrian.
You're welcome, Angelica. It was nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. I'm Angelique. Oh, I'm your host, Angelique. Sorry, y'all. I'll holla right back at y'all next time. Peace out.
Bye-bye.